There we are. We're live.
Oh my gosh.
This time. I'm going to go try to find it on my Facebook like I do at the beginning of all of these videos so they see me struggle for like 10 minutes. I have the hardest time finding them. But that's just because I'm not good at finding anything on Facebook, except for really good deals on the marketplace. I can find you plenty
I
of
love the marketplace.
Yeah, I get in trouble with it a lot. There we go. Live now and share. If you guys are jumping on, make sure that you are also sharing so everybody can see. There we are. Sure, that's fine. But just because I'm not everybody knows that if you're starting a watch party, I cannot see your comments on the watch party. So if you have a question for RJ or for Elisha, you need to comment on this thread. Hey, Anna. How's it going? Look, you get to be the first one to see. Look at this little puppy. Oh, I got a new puppy today, so I have to show it off. And this is the old puppy, and he's super jealous.
I really think the whole table talk should just be all about the puppies.
Once you put the puppies up there, nobody cares about Elisha or myself. They just want to talk about the puppies.
We just won't.
I just care about the puppies, let's be honest.
That's what I was thinking. I need to do one where I just have everybody just bring your puppies.
Yeah, bring your puppy. It's like bring your kid to work day.
We'll call it Pup Talk.
I think that's a brilliant plan. In fact, you could probably even hook up with the Humane Society and have like pictures of adoptable pups. I think that's a great idea.
What could happen? I don't have anything planned for November table talk, so let's do it.
There you go.
So glad you planned table talk for me in November. Get off of him. Jesus. I know he's new and he looks cuddly and furry, but no, you can't sit on him. Hey, Leah, how are you?
Leah's getting married.
She is.
And she's going to be the most lovely bride.
Oh, yes. But Jeremy's probably going to plan everything. Table Bark is the name. Yes.
we have already gone off script on this whole thing, and it's I like Table Bark.
Yeah. I mean, I just don't understand why. Do you guys have dogs?
I have one.
I don't.
I've got like a mutant Yorkie.
Well, I feel like you need to bring
him up and show us.
Hold tight. I'm gonna get him. Come here, mutant Yorkie.
Y'all, while he's going to get that, look, this is our older dog, and his name is Yoda. We call him Yodi. And so I didn't get any say in this name. I had so many names picked out, and I didn't win. So this is Obi. You can tell John likes a certain
So this is Remy, the mutant Yorkie.
Oh.
I want to brush her eyebrows or his eyebrows.
He's like 14 years old.
Oh.
He's getting bigger. Say hi, everybody. Hi, world.
Hi, Remy.
Okay.
Oh.
He's kind of camera shy.
There you go, Anna. He brought Remy out just for you.
Yes.
I didn't force him to do that at all. Leah has a cat. Leah, I'm not a cat person. I can't do it. I'm sorry.
I've been trying to convince my husband we need a pet, but basically his argument is he doesn't want to have to walk it at night, and I'm afraid of the dark. So we're kind of at an impasse on that one.
Well, they've got that artificial turf that you put on like your back porch to where if you like, I saw this on QVC one night. It was a late night thing, and it's called like the puppy turf, and you put it out, or the cat turf, whatever you want to call it. And so if you don't want to like take your dog or cat out in the rain, or if you don't want, they just go off into the turf out on the patio, do their thing, and then you just spray it off.
That might be something to consider.
Just telling you, there's options.
I'm kind of considering it to potty train Garrett. Someone told us to just let him go out with the dogs. And I'm like, but I let the dogs go through the doggy door. And then I thought about it.
While we're doing dog talk, Remy's wanting to go back inside, so I'll be right back.
I'm pretty sure that's actually how my sister potty trained both of my nephews. So just because, I had the issue. They came to visit me in the middle of Bryant because my sister lived in the country at the time. And I had to make my nephew understand, no, he couldn't just go out behind my house to pee.
Right?
He had to actually go to the restroom in the house.
And I thought about it, like, I mean, Garrett does use the doggy door, so it might work. So
I feel like this is turning like to an episode of The View or something, like where we're just kind of talking about life, which is quite awesome.
Yes.
Coming up next, we're going to go to the kitchen and start talking.
Yeah, you want to whip us up? I could do some dinner. I didn't have dinner tonight.
Yeah.
Hey, Becca, how are you? Okay. Well, since we're on here and this dog is trying to go to sleep and this one's not attacking this one, why don't we go ahead and start? If you guys don't know who these people are, you live under a rock, okay? I take that back. With RJ, you might recognize his voice more than his face, but tonight you get to see the face to the voice, okay? We have RJ Hawk, and he is on the Buzz. RJ, what do you do on the Buzz? What is your set thing?
Well, so I produce the morning show, but I'm also on the air. I'm in charge of all of our high school sports content. So the high school state championship games, the high school basketball state championship games, I'm the voice of those on the radio. So the last two Bryant State Championship games I called statewide on the Buzz Radio Network. So along with that, we handle everything from I do a podcast, a Razorback recruiting podcast with Danny West from hogsports.com. And so just a little bit of everything.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Yeah, we talked a little bit before this, and RJ admitted that he gets into literally everything. He just, what would you say? You have a problem?
Yeah, you know how like I equate it to like my wife or women in general that like shoes or shopping. Mine is finding activities or jobs that are different because most people they stick to a career and they do that. Well, my career is a little bit different because I go into work at 3:30 in the morning and I get off at 10 o'clock in the morning. Well, so then I've got an entire day to do whatever I want. And so currently I'm selling real estate with Clark & Co. Realty in Benton. We own a business called Hawk Monogramming. In fact, I saw Leah pop on just a little bit ago. We've made over 15,000 masks during COVID-19. That we've put business logos on, things of that nature. And then I've got a drone company. And then I'm on the Bryant City Council. So it's kind of an array of things that I've got my hand in.
Awesome. Yeah. So you also did masks for our Rotary when we had our Duck Duck Pie in the Face. So those were cool.
Yeah.
I think I actually have that mask. Hold on.
Well, what was crazy about that mask, so Shelby Joyner, she calls me and says, "Hey, we've got to have some masks for the Duck Derby." And I was like, "Okay." And yes, that's exactly what. But she goes, "I don't really know what we want." I said, "What do you mean you don't like?" She goes, "Well, I think we want a duck." I said, "Do you want the Rotary logo on there?" I said, "I kind of need something." She goes, "Just come up with something." So I did a Google search of a rubber ducky, and I was like, "This is going to be perfect," and that's what we came up with.
Yeah. I mean, Google search just solves everything.
Yeah, I made sure that it was not a copywritten ducky. So if anybody's watching, I did not violate any copyright laws.
And wearing this mask has gotten me a lot of questions about Rotary and the Duck Derby. And, when we were still selling tickets, I was able to direct people to go buy their tickets because they asked me about my mask. So it's useful on multiple fronts.
And I want to say one thing, since you brought up your wife. If your wife is on here, and Elisha, if your husband is on here, I'm just going to talk to you guys. Comment, okay? Because that is where it gets so fun, is when the spouse jumps on.
Not my husband, but my mother just commented.
Oh, is Nelda, is that your mom?
Yeah.
Hi, Nelda. You have anything you want to tell us about Elisha?
No, please don't.
Well,
do not give her that invitation.
Well, that brings me to Elisha. So Elisha Morrison is with the Saline Courier. If you guys have been to any event in Saline County, I guarantee you Elisha was probably there, or she wrote the story on it. She took pictures on it. She knew all the inside details before anyone did. Like she has been so helpful to the library. Like anything I need, Alicia's like, I got you. So if y'all don't know Elisha, you should, because she's awesome. And so you're a writer and you take photos.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else that you do for the Courier?
Not really. I mean, those are the primary things. I also try to be kind of a face for the Courier, because I mean, it's my belief that it's very important for the newspaper to be an integral part of the community, and so I try to be a representative and make people remember, hey, the Courier's here, and the Courier's here for the community, and the Courier is a great place, not just to get the news of, who got arrested or who had a car accident, but, the Courier's where you go and you're going to see, your best friend's daughter, was in a cheer competition, or this feature about the scholarships that were given to this kid, or we like to involve a lot of our students. We like our goal at the Courier, which with COVID it's a lot more difficult to do, but our goal is to try to have at least 100 unique faces in the paper every week. And the reason for that is because you're not necessarily picking up the paper and wanting to see some guy off in Idaho. You want to see your neighbor, you want to see your friend, you want to see, your grandkid. And so that's what we try very hard. We try to keep it as local as we can, and we try to, really represent the community. I mean, yes, right now we're doing a lot of stuff about COVID, and that's because, that is on the news side. That's our job, is to keep people informed. Trust me, I don't want to have to go over the numbers and watch the press briefing every single day, because it kind of does get old watching, because I mean, that's just anything you do every single day. But
the best part about the press conference is the guy that is in like small town Arkansas that calls in and says, Governor, real quick, I'm part of the Arkansas Broadcasting Association. I've won an award in Clark County, and that we own a 1,000-watt radio station down here in the flat bottoms of the Arkansas. I do want to ask you a question, and it's a repeat question of what he's asked 14 times.
I know. I get so tired of the same question, or he's already addressed this topic earlier, and he's already answered your question, but you obviously weren't listening.
Yeah.
But I will say my favorite part is Eddie, the sign language interpreter,
Yes.
because he just seems like the most adorable person. And he just always seems like he's so happy, and he seems like the sort of person you'd want to be friends with. They went to Monticello, where my sister is the special event coordinator for your UAM. And so my sister sent me a text of she took a selfie with Eddie, because she wanted to make me jealous, because I want to meet Eddie, and she got to meet him.
So Eddie's going to be he is going to be the official honorary coin or captain for the Benton Panthers at the Salt Bowl.
Oh, really? I didn't realize that.
You had your chance to meet Eddie.
Yeah, so at the Salt Bowl this year, you're going to have Eddie's representing Benton, and then you've got Johnny Key, the Department of he's like the Secretary for Education. He's going to represent Bryant, and then the governor's going to do the coin flip.
Oh, okay. See, I knew the governor was doing the coin flip, but I didn't know who were going to be the other sides. That's cool.
Okay, so you have to tell Kelly that you have to be on the field, because you have to go meet Eddie.
Well, I keep hoping that they'll come to Benton or Bryant. I mean, because they've gone everywhere else, so I'm hoping that's when I get to meet Eddie. We'll see.
If not, if anybody knows Eddie or has connections for Eddie, y'all hook Elisha up. Okay? She has to get a better selfie than her sister did, okay?
Yes, that is the truth. I need a better selfie.
Awesome. Jason Tolbert says, RJ, you're going to be addressing world peace today?
No, I tell you, Jason Tolbert is an outstanding character in our community. And he asked what topics we were going to be addressing tonight. And so I said I was going to address world peace. And I want to say that I hope that the fighting stops, and that I've got a plan in place that we're going to release in 2025 that's going to address world peace. So we'll come back to that. But of course, Jason would throw that out there during this. Love Jason.
Well, there you go, Jason. He addressed it for you. Nelda says that Elisha is a great daughter. Aw, look at that.
Well, hey, somebody's created hashtag Eddie Stalker down at the bottom.
Elisha's like, it's okay.
Have you ever noticed, though, like Eddie, when he gets into, and I'm not making fun, I promise, but the facial expressions whenever Eddie starts really getting into the numbers and he's doing
that's
something.
Part of why I like him.
No, it's great, though, because, like, the facial expressions, it goes from, like this to, like, super happy, and it's really worth the price of admission just to watch Eddie.
Jason likes your description of him, RJ.
Yeah, well, it's true. Every word I say about Jason is 100% true.
Okay, so we can talk forever about Eddie, even though I've never seen a press conference, but I know what you're talking about. But I want to go ahead and get to, you guys know that whenever we have our guests, I like to kind of break the ice with them and let you guys see if y'all can guess. And RJ is going to see if he can pick Elisha. So did y'all know each other before?
Yes. So whenever I ran for state representative, Elisha was actually at my watch party for a brief moment until they said I lost, and then she left, and I didn't see her.
Well, I was going to all the watch parties taking pictures.
I'm only kidding.
I had to go to several that night.
He only holds it, just a little bit.
Yeah. No, I'm only kidding. But yes, no, I know Elisha very well.
Okay, awesome. So then this will be fun because I love it when people are friends already and I say the 2 truths and a lie and they're like, I have no freaking idea. So I'm going to go ahead and start with Elisha's 2 truths and a lie. So RJ, you have to tell me which one you think is the lie. And you guys watching, I know y'all know Elisha too. So Anna, Leah, Becca, all of y'all, Miss Nelda, y'all tell me
which one. She can't answer because she knows the answer.
Oh, no, Nelda can't. Nelda knows the answer. Never mind. Okay. Mama knows. Okay. So these are Elisha's. Number 1, I have been a guest on a radio show in Indonesia. Number 2, did you do radio show just for RJ?
Yes. I thought it was fun considering who the other guest was.
Yes, that is fun. Okay, so number 1, I've been a guest on a radio show in Indonesia. Number 2, I've been a guest on a radio show in the United States. And number 3, I have been a guest on a radio show in Mexico. So which one is the lie? Indonesia, United States, or Mexico?
Well, I'm assuming that just process of elimination, we can go ahead and throw the U.S. out. That one seems like it would be probably. So now I feel like this is like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? So can I like phone a friend or Nelda? Can I phone Nelda to get this?
Well, you have some people answering for it.
I'm going to say the lie is Mexico. That you've never been on a radio station in Mexico.
Let's see. We've got Erica agrees. Leah agrees. Anna says Indonesia is the lie.
Erica shouldn't have answered because she's my sister.
Oh.
So she knows the answer.
So it's Mexico. Yeah, you're right.
I've been to Mexico twice. The first time to build a house for a family. And then the second time was on vacation, but I never had an opportunity to be on a radio show. But I spent 2 months living in Indonesia, and while there, I made friends with a radio broadcaster who she actually has one of the most popular shows in the city of Pekanbaru, up in Sumatra, and it's big enough that actually people all the way down in Jakarta, which is, if you know anything about Indonesia, Sumatra is the largest island and Jakarta is below it. So to get from Pekanbaru all the way to Jakarta is actually a pretty wide area. And she loved that she had made some American friends, so she asked us, me and 2 other girls, to come be guests on her show, and so that was a lot of fun. And they let people call in and just ask like their random questions about they wanted to know about Americans.
Huh. That's really cool.
Yeah, it was fun.
I just like to hear you say those cities' names, not gonna lie.
I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of fun to say them.
One more time.
That's Pekanbaru is where I spent most of the summer. I spent about a week in Bangkinang, which is on the other side of Sumatra, and then we flew in and out of Jakarta, which is the capital of Indonesia, because that's the biggest city in.
Right now, like if I'm trying to pronounce it on the radio, we have a dump button, right? That I'm probably gonna have to hit because I'm probably gonna violate some type of FCC rule. And I'm glad that you spit that out instead of me.
Well, I lived there for 2 months, so I kind of had to figure it out so people wouldn't just look at me stupid. That, and I was, I had to. Part of the 2 months was spent trying to learn the language. It didn't stick. My Indonesian is about this much. I can say like a couple of phrases. Not much.
Do you know who Greg is? Greg Searley?
Oh, I know who Greg Kearley is.
Yeah?
Greg, okay. He's a Buzz listener that lives down in Fordyce.
Ah. I was just wondering, he says now she's just showing off. I think she's trying to show off for RJ, but like, well, look,
no,
I was on a radio
show. I promise you don't have to show off because I couldn't spit it.
Okay, well, let's jump into RJ's. So Elisha, RJ got it right, and I'm sorry you don't win $1 million because I don't have that. I can send you some library swag. Not gonna lie, it's pretty cool.
Can I get a library card?
You do?
I said, can I get a library card since I won?
Yeah, you can get a library card even if you lose.
Oh, okay.
Everybody on here, I'm gonna be Oprah. You get a card. You get a card. You get a card.
I love my library card. It's very useful. I mean, even if you never step into the library, the online resources you get access to with the library card. Actually, as a realtor, there's several things that would be really useful for you. I actually use the A to Z database to pull up addresses for any business. That right there is a really useful resource, and that's just one of the databases the library has.
Okay, I'll be there on Monday.
Okay, well, we're closed because of the pandemic, but you can do it online.
Okay.
And in September, your library card will get you discounts at 63 businesses in Saline County.
Really?
Yeah. Okay, so RJ's 2 truths and a lie. Elisha, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Number 1, I survived a small plane crash, and my mother never knew I was on the plane until she came with the first responders and saw me get out. I feel like that's a Netflix show. Number 2, I have called 10 different states home during my life, and my mom and dad have since relocated to another state. Or number 3, growing up, my family and I used to have a covered wagon and horses. On the weekend, we would go on long trail rides for an entire weekend. I really think he just picked different Netflix shows.
Those are all really oddly specific. Like I was sitting there thinking, okay, that has to be true because it's so specific, but all 3 of them are just so specific. My guess is going to be the 10 states, and I think it's going to be that he has lived in a multiple number of states, just 10 is not the number.
Right.
I think that he, one of those lies that has a nugget of truth.
Okay. Oh, your wife has taken a guess. And does your wife know the truth?
She might. I would hope so. I mean.
Wait, so if number 2 is the lie, that means that you would have had a covered wagon.
Yes. So
Jason says otherwise. Jason says all three are lies.
No, actually, so number 2 is the lie. I've only lived in 2 states, Arkansas, and I grew up in Texas. And my parents have not relocated; they still live in Texas. But we did grow up on a farm. We had a horse farm in Texas, and at one time we had almost 100 horses. And my mom, she loved the trail riding, and we would come to Arkansas and go on trail rides. We would do 20 to 30-mile rides a day and then circle back and we'd camp out. And so we did that. And then my mom was, she was the president of the airport board. And so I was 13 years old. My stepbrother at the time had his pilot's license. He was a lot older than I was. And I didn't tell her that I was going to go out. We were in a Cessna 152 and we just took off. And as we take off, we got about 1,000 feet in the air, and she heard Mayday and the whole whatever you do. And all of a sudden it was just like that. And over the intercom system in the FBO. And next thing you know, I get out there, we look down, there's fire trucks and first responders coming down the runway because we crashed at the end of the runway. And broke off a wing of the airplane. And I get out. My mom was with the chief of police in the front of the line of first responders. And she gets out and she sees me and she just like starts bawling. And yeah, so the lie was the states.
So how long were you grounded for after that?
I believe it or not, I wasn't
really grounded.
It was a crazy night. And my mom, I do remember she yelled at me for probably a week straight. Every move I made after that, I had to tell her, I'm going to the bathroom, Mom. And I'd have to do that. And so she was,
whose plane was it?
She still to this day reminds me about it.
Whose plane did he crash?
It was his. Well, so my stepdad and my stepbrother, they went in together. My stepbrother was quite a bit older than I was. I was 13.
Oh, okay.
And they owned a plane together. It was the old one, the Cessna 152. And so they would just, take turns flying it around. And it was not uncommon that it was not like my first time to go fly with him. We would fly, but normally I would tell my mom or my stepdad, or they would be with us and we would go. And so we went out and I was like, well, Mom's meeting, I can't be involved in the board meeting. I'm not going to just sit here. So I just walked out and went with Warren and we went and flew. And next thing you know, we crashed and Mom was not very happy with me.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we have like 2 minutes left. Like I said, sometimes we get totally off topic. I didn't even get to the questions I had.
Have we really gone for 30 minutes?
Yeah. I know it really flies by on here. Like it really does, especially when you have puppies. But so I do want to hear, because we are all doing crazy things for COVID, I want to know how you guys in your professional lives and even in your home, if you want to talk about that, just how are things changing for you guys? What are y'all doing differently? How can we help you guys out in your careers and stuff like that? So go ahead, Elisha, do you have anything you want to tell us about, the Courier and COVID or Rotary or whatever you want to share?
Well, with Courier, right now, the big thing is we're just not letting people actually come into the office. But I mean, the same thing with pre-COVID and COVID now. I'm always looking for stories, but especially if you know anybody that's doing something cool because of COVID, yeah, definitely send stories my way on that.
Yeah. Awesome. What about you, RJ? What do you have going on other than, taking on realty?
Yeah, we're not allowing guests on the radio right now, which that's a big part of what we do is have guests. And so, a lot of it's phone conversation right now. But really in our, I guess, side business, so Hawk Monogramming, my wife owns that. And, we've been kind of at the forefront of trying to get masks out. We actually got a contract with the state of Arkansas to help provide masks to state agencies in the state. And so, if anybody out there is, I would pretty much think at this point with the mandate that everybody would have a mask. But if you don't, and you need one, or you want something for your business, we've got those. You can go to hawkmonogramming.com, and we try to just help people out. And outside of that, if you're looking to buy or sell a home right now, just know there's a lot of COVID things going on that people don't realize that even though you're going through the home buying process, you still got to take a mask with you when you go look at somebody else's house, because these people that are selling homes right now, they are, they don't want just a bunch of random people they don't know without a mask on, because that's in their personal space. And people still have to buy and sell homes. And so just be respectful whenever you go and do that, because these folks are allowed, they've got to sell their home, but people's got to see it in order to buy it.
Yeah. And I heard in one of my meetings this morning, RJ, we had a realtor on there, and she was saying that right now there's a lot of buyers out there and we need more houses to sell. Do you feel like you're in that kind of place right now?
Yeah, no, I mean, especially in Saline County, once the Fed dropped the interest rates and you saw interest rates go down to 3%, if you refinance, it's going down below that. There was a boom for people to get out, and you wouldn't think during a pandemic people would go out and want to purchase a home. But
they're tired of being in their home.
Yeah, I mean, you go out and you buy a home, and your payment's considerably less than what you were paying before if you refinance, things of that nature. And so we've seen a real boom in the real estate market, and the problem is supply and demand. There's just not enough inventory out. There's a lot of buyers, but there's just not a lot of sellers. And I encourage anybody that if you are looking to sell, if you've even thought about selling your home, now's the time. Like, you're going to get the most money for your home right now than at any other point, just because there's people that are out there that are they're making offers over list price right now. We've seen 3 or 4 deals this last week that every offer that went in was over list price, because they know how much the demand is right now and they want that home. So if you're thinking about selling a home, call me and we'll get you all the information to set you up.
Okay, awesome. Well, RJ and Elisha, thank you for joining me on my very non-professional table talk. And I didn't have my bucket tonight, so I feel like it wasn't even table talk. Elisha, we are going to have to get table bark together. This puppy has he's decided to pass out. So everybody else, thanks for joining us. Obi says hi. I'm sure Remy is probably already he's passed out. Yeah. So everybody else, thanks for joining us. Y'all go ahead and go to the Facebook page for y'all go like the Courier. Y'all keep up with that. Y'all go look at Hawk Monogramming. Oh, too late to talk and function. Y'all go follow Hawk Monogramming, and if y'all need something done, y'all contact them. And go look at the events coming up. We have some great things coming up for fall. And I am going to go eat dinner, y'all, and put these puppies to bed. So y'all have a good night, and thanks for joining us. Thanks for being here, RJ and Elisha. Y'all have a great night, guys. Bye.
Bye.